Okay. Hi, my name is Nick. I am a staff and youth advocate at the Walnut Avenue Family and Women's Center. Hi, Maddie. And my pronouns are they, them. And yeah, we're going to be doing this every week to read some books to you guys and to, share some art and stay as connected as possible. Hello to the people who are joining. So first things first, I just want to thank anyone who pops in or pops out, sticks around in any way for joining us. And as a reminder, we'll be doing this every Tuesday at like 3:45-ish. It usually doesn't go longer than like 15 minutes. So first what we're going to do is that we're going to take a really nice deep breath together. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, and then we're going to breathe out. Okay? We're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. Ooh, someone has requested to be... I don't know who that is. Okay. Sorry, I don't totally understand how Instagram works, but all right. Okay, so now that we've read a little bit, here's how this is going to go. We're going to read a couple books, and then we're going to do some art together. If you're interested in doing any art, all you'll really need is some paper, some pencils. If you have them, markers or crayons, or coloring pencils, whatever works for you. Scissors that are safe for you to cut out with, and if you have them, popsicle sticks. If you don't, pencils or pens work as well, and then some either glue or tape. Some optional things include like glitter glue or googly eyes. Cool, so we're gonna get started. The first book we're gonna read is a book called Now by Antoinette Portis, and it is a book about gratitude and mindfulness, and about noticing what's in front of you and being appreciative that it's there. I think that we could all probably use a little help with this right now. Okay, so this is my favorite breeze. This is my favorite leaf. This is my favorite hole. This one, because I'm digging it. This is my favorite mud. This is my favorite worm. You can see that. This is my favorite cloud because it's the one that I'm watching. This is my favorite rain. Pages are stuck. And that was my favorite boat. This is my favorite tree because I'm swinging from it. This is my favorite smell. I think that's a hibiscus. And this is my favorite bird. This is my favorite gulp. This is my favorite bite. And this is my favorite tooth because it's the one that's missing. This is my favorite hug. This is my favorite moon. And this is my favorite now because it's the one that I'm having. Okay, so that was the first book. I hope that you enjoyed that and that you take a moment to look at the things around you and see what's your favorite. I hope that it's something that's right in front of you. Okay, so the next book is different than the other book, and it's got a little more action. So this one's really fun. It's called Don't Spill the Milk, and it takes place in Africa, I believe in West Africa. And yeah, it's really fun. And this is what's going to inspire our art project at the end. Okay, so I hope you enjoy these colorful illustrations. They're so beautiful. I wish you could see them in person. Okay, here we go. Penda lived in a tiny village in Africa with her mom and her aunties. It was rainy season, so Penda's dad was up in the grasslands looking after sheep. Penda said her mom one day, "I'm going to take a bowl of milk to Daddy. I will be back this afternoon." "I know where the grasslands are," said Penda. "Let me take Daddy his milk." "Please, please, please." So that's Penda. "All right," said her mom, "but try not to spill any milk on the way." Penda ran to milk the cow. She filled a bowl, put it on her head, stood up, and began to walk. "Steady," Penda whispered to herself. "Gently does it, girl. Don't wiggle, don't wobble, don't try to rush it, girl." There she is. Penda picked a path across the uppy-downy dunes, past a caravan of camels and a flock of desert gins. "Don't slip, don't slide, girl, don't fall over, don't let a single droplet drop on the sand." There she is. It was the day of the rainy season mask dance. Penda wove her way amid a million dancing beasties. Look at all those masks. "Walk tall, walk steady, eyes on the horizon, girl, don't even think about spilling any milk." The great river was dark and wide. Penda took a ride in a stinky fishing boat. "Don't shiver, don't quiver, don't fall in the river, girl. Keep it on your head, girl, milk don't float." All right. 15 pale giraffes were stalking across the plains like 15 aliens on a dusty moon. "Don't look, don't turn your head, just walk on through. You're not at a zoo, girl, you've got work to do." Look at her go. She's so focused, so motivated. Oh no! One final mountain looming high. Penda breathed in deep, and up she climbed. "Left foot, right foot, never give up, girl. Left hand, right hand, all the way up now." At last Penda arrived at the grasslands. 100 sheep were munching grass, and there in the middle, chilling in the shade of a mango tree, sat Penda's dad. There he is. "Hi, Daddy." "Hi, Penda. Nice to see you." "I brought you some milk," said Penda. She took the bowl off her head, and just as she was passing it to Daddy, splash! A big fat mango landed right in the bowl. Daddy's milk spilled everywhere. "I don't believe it," wailed Penda. "I carried that milk for miles and miles, over the dunes and across the river and up the mountain, and I didn't stop to watch the masked dance or the white giraffes because I didn't want to spill a single drop, and now look, it's all gone." Daddy gave Penda a big hug. "It's not all gone," he whispered. "There was more than milk in that bowl." "Huh?" said Penda. "It's true," said Daddy. "Your love for me was in that bowl. You carried it over the dunes and across the river and up the mountain. You carried it past the masked dance and the white giraffes. You brought it all the way up to the grasslands, and you gave it to me just fine. This bowl was full of love, girl, and it still is. You didn't spill a drop." Penda wiped away her tears. She pointed at the big fat mango. "I think it must be lunchtime," she said. "I agree," said Daddy. "As it happens, I prefer mango to milk any day." Daddy took a knife and cut the mango into 3 big juicy pieces. Penda ate the first piece. "Yummy," she said. Daddy ate the second piece. "Scrummy," he said. The third piece was still in the bowl. "For Mummy?" Penda asked. "That's right," said Daddy. "Tell her it comes with all my love." And Penda ventured back home. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that one. And again, I think just a good reminder to be grateful for what's in front of us and maybe not what we don't have. I love that book and I love Penda. So inspired by that book, today we are gonna make some masks, because if you'll remember, she walked past all of these masks and they're so beautiful. So I encourage you now, if you haven't already, and if you're interested, to go get your art supplies. And before we sign off, I'm just going to kind of give an idea of how I would make masks and encourage you to participate however feels good for you. And just as a reminder, before you start making your art, this is your moment of time, and it's a safe space for you to notice your thoughts and your feelings and your needs, and that everything involving your art is voluntary. There isn't a right or wrong way to make your art, and however you want to participate is perfect. So spend this time however you want, because it's time that you set aside for yourself, and I will be here right now to support you in that. But yeah, so the materials that I used, again, I used paper, I used scissors that were safe for me. I'm a grown-up, so I used adult scissors, but if you're a kid, I would use kid-friendly scissors or have an adult cut them for you. And cut paper the size of your face. And then some markers or crayons if you have them, but if you don't, that's okay. You can also just use pencils and pens. If you have popsicle sticks, those are super helpful, like this. And any tape or glue that you have. And if you don't, you can also just hold them with your hands. It's really just whatever you have there, it's gonna be great. And if you wanna send a picture, I would love to post it. If you have them, googly eyes are also really fun. So the first step is you're just gonna take your paper and you're gonna cut it out in the shape of whatever you want your mask to look like, but big enough hopefully to cover your face or to cover the face of the person you're making it for. And then you're gonna decorate your mask, that was loud, however you want. And then you're gonna wait for it to dry if you used anything that was wet, and then you're gonna flip it over and you're gonna tape or glue on the back your popsicle sticks. If you don't have a popsicle stick, you can tape a pencil or a pen, that works just fine. And then just have fun with it. You can wear it, you can share it, you know, just try being something different for a day. So these are the masks that I made and that my coworkers made and some of our volunteers made, and I thought I'd share them with you. This is a Lucha Libre, I'm a big fan of him. And if you're feeling maybe a little bit more loving, we've got this guy. And if you're feeling silly, we've got a little piggy. And yeah, so whatever you want your mask to look like, I encourage you to do that, and I encourage you to keep reading and to stay connected. And yeah, so we'll be doing this every week. I'm around, and again, my name is Nick, pronouns they, them, and thank you for joining. I hope that you have a lot of fun making your art. Okay.